So I bought all of the old electronic Happy Meal and Burger King toys I could find. So let's open them up and play them and see if they hold up. I'm sure that sentence right there has triggered collectors throughout the globe. No, Aiden, it's from 1981. Don't open it. Too late, I already did it. That came out standing right side up. Let's check this thing out. Look at that, the manual's in its own little plastic thing. The official Burger King Kids Club membership application from 1980. I'd love to join that. Let's get back to the electronics. Barnstorming. You know, my dyslexia read this as brainstorming like 5 times. I knew what it said, I just couldn't see it. Let's power it on. Yeah, it appears to be a pretty simple Game & Watch clone. You play as a bird or a plane, I can't really tell, and you essentially just dodge all the missiles that are coming your way. You'll notice that this is an ongoing trend with these games, a simple game to play in the car on your way home from Burger King, then to throw in your closet and never see again. You know, my raw reaction to this thing is probably the best way to explain it anyways. Interesting, but nothing super unique. 4 versions of these released. The Barnstorming one, which kind of looked like a Game Boy Advance, if you didn't know what a Game Boy Advance looked like. A Grand Prix Racing one, which kind of looks like a mini Mad Catz controller. A Lime Green Tetris one, which just kind of exists. And kaboom! Literally kaboom, that's what it is. Next up, we got this completely just non-see-through, solid-colored blue bag. That way, I guess you can't see what you get in there. This looks like a little Knuckles one. Oh, right there, exposing how it works. Yeah, this one's pretty simple. You just kind of play as Knuckles to get the power gem by going onto these platforms and not falling off of them. I actually find the bag more interesting than the actual console because the bag is solid blue, unlike all the other bags which were a see-through plastic. But yeah, other than the distinctive bag, it's just another LCD game that'll get thrown away in a week. You know, I like how cheap this looks, right? Like, you would never think that this is an official Sega product. Another manual that we don't need, as well as an advertisement for Sonic 3 Advance and Sonic Battle for the Game Boy Advance, and Sonic Heroes for the Xbox, PlayStation, and GameCube. Next up, we got the Spyro one from McDonald's. This one's from, I believe, 2005. So let's crack this open and see what we get. Once again, though the Spyro game looks simplistic, it's actually the most distinctive one here, as it's the only one I can find that has a D-pad. And not only that, when we flip it around and open up the back, we see that it actually has a double screen looking thing. However, unfortunately, I can't tell if it's a double screen or not because it just straight up never turned on. But even so, this is definitely one of my favorites because of just how distinctive it truly is. Moving on to a very similar Crash Bandicoot one from 2005. Pretty much same thing as the Spyro one, but orange. Money shot. Once again. Unfortunately, though Crash Bandicoot is from the exact same set as Spyro, it does not have a D-pad, nor does it have a secondary screen. And instead of a D-pad, this one just has arrow and gem keys. Moment of truth, will it work? Oh, it does work. That sounds cursed. Unfortunately, my Crash Bandicoot one was haunted, so it just kept on making these weird, eerie noises here and there. So. Like, tell me this does not sound like some, like, Pokemon Missing Note type stuff. The Crash Bandicoot is actually pretty different from the other ones, gameplay-wise, as it appears to be a 2-player. Though other than it being 2-player, it's very simple. You just kind of play as a gun cannon thing and just try and shoot the other player. Interesting to say the least, but Christ, this thing is so cursed, I don't want to touch it. I'm kind of afraid that this is going to turn on in the middle of the night. I'm gonna just set those aside. And finally, the last one of the day, this ESPN McDonald's little controller toy. Once again, this little manual thing that is beaten up. Wow, when you switch it on, it turns on. Never would have guessed. We got an ESPN advertisement, a Home Depot advertisement, and a McDonald's advertisement, all in one Chinese product. I could have never seen this much variety. Let's switch this baby on. Oh, nothing. There it is. There. Oh, I think it's. Oh, yep. Yep. I think it's dead. It's making some little noises here and there, but I think that this one is just. It's just destined for the but you can barely hear it. And nothing's showing up on the screen when I press the buttons. So, yeah, just kind of making weird noises and doing all of nothing. So at the end of the day, even though they have their own unique flaws, I think that they're a vital part of video game history. And now they can rot on my shelf forever. At the end of the day, even though these are weird and cheap and not super cool, I think that they're a vital part of video game history, and now they can rot in my cabinet forever.